Hey kiddos, Miss Schultz here, and I am so excited to do another day of CGI with you. Let's jump in by reviewing our problem from yesterday and seeing if we were able to solve it the correct way. All right, let's do it. Cam had 112 colored pencils. He lost some of them. Now he has 48 colored pencils. How many did he lose? So I chose to set up my number sentence the first way. So Cam had 112. He lost some. Now he has 48. I could have done subtraction, but I chose to add up today instead because I know that I have one of my parts, I'm missing the other part, and I have my whole or my total. So I chose to add up from the part that I know until I got to 112. So I drew 10, 20, 30, 48. That was what I started with. That was one of my parts. And then I added up and decade counted and then counted by ones until I got to 112. So 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. So in total to 48, I had to add 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So I know that 48 plus 64 equals 112. 64 was that missing answer. Give me a big thumbs up if you got the same thing. Nice job. I'm so excited to jump into today's problem. Make sure that you have your pencil and paper out and you are ready to solve a tricky new math problem with me. So I'm going to tell you a story today, and it is about my good friend Anthony. Anthony counted up all the toys that he had in his house, and he has a lot of toys, you guys. And Anthony realized that he had 37 toys. But then Anthony was talking to his cousin, and his cousin has 24 more toys than Anthony does. It's a lot. So what Anthony wants to know is, how many toys does his cousin actually have? Let's read the story. Let's see the paper today. There we go. All right. Anthony has 37 toys. His cousin has 24 more toys than Anthony. How many toys does his cousin have? Let's read it one more time. Get ready to tell it back to me in your own words. Anthony has 37 toys. His cousin has 24 more toys than Anthony. How many toys does his cousin have? I'm going to cover it up, and you're going to tell it to me in your own words. Go ahead, Kipsters. Tell that to me in your own words. Nice job. So before we go today, I want you to think about this question. We already know that Anthony's cousin has more toys than Anthony. He has 24 more toys than Anthony. So what we're trying to figure out is, how many toys does his cousin have? What are we trying to figure out? How many toys his cousin has. His cousin has more toys than Anthony, 24 more. So how are we going to figure out how many toys the cousin has? Time for you to solve it on your own. Get that pencil and paper out and ready. Here's the problem. I'm going to give you those 4 minutes, just like always. Go ahead and solve. Great job, Kipsters. Already neat and organized. Don't forget to label all the parts of your problem. Don't forget a number sentence, Kipsters. Make sure your work is neat and organized. Great job, kiddos. One minute left. Can't wait for you to help me out. All right, kiddos, great job. I can't wait to have you help me solve this problem. So this problem is pretty interesting because we're going to be doing it a little bit differently than the problems we've been doing lately. So I know that Anthony has 37 toys, and his cousin has 24 more toys than Anthony. So I know his cousin's amount will be bigger. How many toys does his cousin have? So I'm going to write a number sentence that I think matches. Anthony has 37. His cousin has 24 more than Anthony. So I'm going to do 37 plus 24 equals, I don't know the number of toys his cousin has. So this is going to be different because we have both of our parts, but we don't have our whole. So the only way we're going to be able to solve this is by adding. We're not going to do a subtraction strategy today. So I'm going to start by just adding my two numbers, 37 plus 24. I'll do it with my cubes, and then I will do it with the paper. So let's start with that. So 1, 2, 3 tens. As they immediately start to break. 10, 20, 30, and this is 10. If I need 7, I'm going to take away 3. 37 plus 24. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So there are a couple of ways that I could do this. I could count up my 10s first, and then I could add my 1s, or I could count up my larger number and then decade count on. It's totally up to me. Today, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up my 10s first, and then I'm going to decade count, and then I'm going to add my 1s. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have 50 with my 10s, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to make this a 10. And one more. So now I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1. Cool. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let's draw that to match. So I did all of my 10s together, and then I added my 1s separately. So I'm going to count like that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then what I did was I put the 7 over here. So I'm going to draw an arrow, put it over here. So that made 7 plus 4 equals 11. So that got me to 61 in total because that got 60, 61. Great. So I know that 37 plus 24 equals 61. Very nice, kiddos. So the other way that I'm going to do this is I can keep that number in my head. I don't actually have to put the cubes or draw it out. So I'm going to start with my bigger number of 37. I want you to do this with me. Take 37, say 37, and now lock it in your head. Is it in there? Are you sure it's really in there? Okay, awesome. 37. Now I'm going to decade count on and add my 24 and then count by ones too. So I would go 37 in my head. Then I'd add my tens. 47. 57. Now I need to add 4 ones. So 57. 67. Or no, silly Miss Schultz. 47. 57. 47, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Ooh, I almost got tricked there, but I didn't. So I know that I locked 37 in my head, and then I decade counted on to add my 2 tens, and then I counted my ones. Beautiful. Let's look at how we would draw that up. Okay, so here's 37. It's in my head. Then I decade counted. 47. 57, then I counted by ones, 58, 59, 60, 61. Well, I almost got tricked there. So I know that 37 plus 24 equals 61. Okay, kiddos, awesome job today. So both of our ways that we solved were addition. In one way, I drew both numbers out, and I either decade counted on or I added my tens first and then my ones. My second way was I locked that bigger number in my head, and then I added on with what I knew I needed to add. Both ways, I used an addition strategy. Let's see what problem you are solving on your own today. Here it is. It's about Alana. Alana has 58 crayons. Her friend has 29 more crayons than Alana. How many crayons does her friend have? Your turn to do it on your own. Pause the video, copy it down, show me that work. We should be using addition strategies to solve this problem. I can't wait to see you do it on your own. Bye, Kipsters. Have a great rest of your day.